Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. You are always most welcome. Well, Matchbox March is on! So I've got a few of my personal collection out, and I've got today the more expensive ones. We're really getting to the creme de la creme with these. So these are kind of the more expensive ones that they ever made, actually, I think, Matchbox. So first of all, we've got the brown range, which sort of sits between still 72nd scale, and they did quite a few of these. They did a B-17 Flying Fortress, they did a Lancaster Bomber. It was the sort of bigger, you know, competing with Airfix, bigger physical aircraft, but still at 72nd scale. I've only got one, which is a lovely Stran RA, which was sent by a good friend of the channel, Lewis Fredrickson, from near Canberra in Australia, as a gift, would you believe? Very nice gift indeed. Much treasured, as you can see. I think I've had it now for about 18 months, 2 years. Yeah, as you can see, it's a 3-colour kit, brown range. These are quite pricey. It's 17... Oh, 78. I'm going to say 79. 78, in fact. I was only 1 year out, as they say. So yeah, this was at the time coming out when they were expanding their range. Things were going quite well before the recession hit them in 81, and everything was going brilliantly when this was actually brought to the market. So yeah, you can see they've got some nice colours on the plastic there, and they've got this rather more upmarket, almost Tamiya-like sort of style to the modern Tamiya, style to the different options on the side, which they've actually put on the side for you. And you've got three options. You've got 240 Squadron Stran RA Scotland 1940 to 41. Or you've got the one at Pembroke Dock in South Wales 37 to 38, or Plymouth, England 38 to 39. So you've got a before the war, right at the start of the war, and then during the war. Very nice model. I haven't built it. I know my friend David has been building it. He's been having a few difficulties, I have to say. I don't think it's the easiest model to build. Again, I'm not going to review it now because I've done it already. If you want to see the full review, just go to my channel and just click on Peter Oxley Matchbox Stran RA, and you'll get the full SP right there. But that's been bagged very nicely and it's been beautifully wrapped up. A very nice model there indeed. Now I'm a little bit cross with myself, just to prove that nobody's perfect and we all make stupid mistakes. I had the Flying Fortress and I had the Lancaster and I sold them. And I look back thinking, what did you do that for? You're a Matchbox collector, why? I think I wasn't that impressed with them. I think, if I'm honest, I wasn't that impressed with them. I thought they were a bit... They hadn't moved the game on in terms of quality, and I wasn't very impressed with the panel lines, so I let them go. But anyway, they're out there, and they're not bad kits, I don't think. I'm sure they'll go together well. But the Stran RA is something else. It's quite sophisticated, sort of an aircraft. It's got some lovely artwork on it. And quite an interesting aeroplane, quite an interesting subject, you know, big seaplane. So that's that one, so that's the brown range, so I'll move that out of the way. Then we're into the meat potatoes, the ones that many of you will remember getting these, probably for a birthday or Christmas perhaps. I actually built the 109, I'll talk about the 109 first. I've got two of these, in fact. This is not quite the best, I don't think, in terms of the box, but in fact, I have picked the wrong one because I'm sure the other one's better. It hasn't got this discoloration, but they're in the dark to keep them new on my landing, and I didn't have the light on, so I think I picked the wrong one. But it doesn't matter because they are similar, and this is still in good condition compared to most you buy on the internet today on eBay or whatever. And it's a nice model, this, and it's got some lovely artwork. So this is the Adolf Galland Battle of Britain 109E. As you can see, it's got this lovely sort of diagrammatical image of the cockpit as seen from the pilot's point of view. Galland was the top ace of the Battle of Britain. There are 82 combat victories on his personal Mickey Mouse emblem. So he shot down 82 British planes. Wow, oh dear. Galland! Although it doesn't look like Galland the pilot figure as they depict him here. It looks nothing like him whatsoever, I have to say. But anyway, it's a bit of a shame that they went for a sort of generic pilot. Galland has got this great moustache, of course. Did have. But it's a nice model, this, and I actually depicted this. Whoops. I actually depicted a crashed one from the Battle of Britain, and it was so well received. I did a diorama. I've never done a diorama before, and I don't think I've done one since, to be honest. Not that I can think of. It was just a bit of field, you know, crashed, and it had a soldier guarding it. I found a British soldier, and from, you know, there's lots of famous pictures that are like that from places like Kent. And it was quite good. It wouldn't win me prizes at Telford, you know. I was only about, I think I was about 12 years old when I did it. But it was pretty good, and it was so. I showed it to the model shop owner, and he said, "Please, can we put that in the window for a couple of weeks?" You know, and next to the kit behind it, and my finished kit in front. They sold like hotcakes. I should have got commission. Anyway, they're nice kits. You know, they come. Yeah, this is not the better of the two, because the other one's got the separators in it. So there's also just a hint of flash in it, but they're still very nice. The way that they did the panel lines really suits 132 much better. It looks a lot more scale-like at 132 than the smaller scales, and it's a nice aircraft, and it comes with a nice figure, which you don't get from many manufacturers these days. So hey, you can't go too far wrong with that. Quite a few parts off the sprue. This is the other reason. I was actually thinking about building. This is the one I just realised I was going to build, because there's quite a lot of parts off the sprue here. So it's not in, you know, mint collector's condition, but it's still all very clean. There's no scratches on it or anything. The actual plastic parts are in great condition. So there we have it. There we have it. So that's the 109, which again, you know, just want to see the full review in detail, see all the parts. It's there. Just put Peter Oxley Matchbox ME109E and it'll come up straight away for you, no problem at all. So that's that one. Then we've got, of course, the ubiquitous Spitfire, which many of us had this, I'm sure. And my dad bought me this one, not this particular one I have in my hand, but he bought me one for my birthday, I think it was. And this is more like what they look like, so I'll just zoom you in. Lots of our anti-moisture packs. They're all over the place, probably too many of them actually. But you can see here, this is the way they came presented from Matchbox, with this cardboard separator to stop the sprues from rattling around, and it had the PK number on it. So this is all genuine original. This one is very collectible. Everything's on the sprue exactly as it should appear. So everything is in really good order here. And this, unlike the other one you just saw, the 109, this is exactly as you'd expect it. Pretty much mint example, to be honest, this one. So this is, yeah, I mean, one of these was selling last week for £38, but it was on eBay. It wasn't in great condition, I've got to be honest, from what I saw. I think in this condition I've got it in my hand. For those of you that have got them, if you've got a really mint example, it's probably worth between £50 and £60 mint. You know, it must be a mint box, mint kit. It's got to be all perfect. If it's all as good as this is a nice one. And I think I paid about £40–45 for it. So that's what you pay when you want to get a really classic, nice example. It's not going to be cheap, and if you know the one at £38 didn't even sell, and I think people thought it was a bit scruffy, to be honest. You get. One thing that's nice about these is you get a separate colour plan from the instructions, which makes them really attractive really. It's pity they couldn't have done something printed up in colours showing the camo or whatever, but you get your separate small parts paint guide, although I think when you get to this size you probably want to think about being a bit more professional. And then you get the different options of the three schemes all there. I'm sure about the green, it's a bit extra. But no, it's quite nice, you know. It's not a bad presentation at all. So that's the Spitfire Mark 22-24, the Griffin engine, very nice. And again, you know, when you were young, you know, you got this, it felt like a Christmas present or a big birthday present, you know, something exceptional. You show your school friends. I mean, you're not used to having a kit, you know, with a box that size. I mean, look at it. Look at how it's dwarfed by this. It's a real monster, you know. So this is a real treat sort of model, special occasions. Very nice kit, that. Very nice kit. And then last but not least, we've got the Dauntless, and this is one of the subscribers actually sent me this for reviewing, and then said to me, do you want to keep it, make me an offer, which I duly did, and yeah, I got it for a fairly sensible price. I think it was about £35, something like that, £40. It's not absolutely perfect on the surface, I'm honest, unlike the Spit, but it's in good condition overall, I'd say. Yeah, it's average to good condition, and he very wisely put all this bubble wrap in to protect it, so he's looked after it in fairness, this guy that sold it to me. Yeah, I've been very happy with it. It's a good example of a particularly, you know, impressive kit, quite an important, historically quite an important aircraft. Obviously used extensively in places like Battle of Midway, you know, and beyond, and beyond. So there we go. So there's a little glance at what I've got there. Should I build any of them? Well, I say that ME 109 is, I think, the one I earmarked to build. It is not at all beyond the realms of possibility that I will build that, because the box and the parts of this particular one are a little bit, yeah, not quite mint. So trust me, the other one is. The other one's like the Spitfire is, with everything on the sprue and everything separated, etc., etc. So that's a possibility that I might just one day build that. It's got quite a bone box as well, so I could find somewhere for that, and it would be nice to relive the experience of building one that you've done when you were younger. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Thought it was interesting to have a quick look at those. Brought back some memories perhaps for you of your own builds, or, you know, getting those as gifts from mum or dad, or perhaps a generous uncle or somebody, you know. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I hope you give me a thumbs up. Give us a 10 out of 10. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned now, because we've got, coming next, I think we've got the armour. Well, I did allude to it here in my hand. We've got the armour ranges, and I've got a lot of those. They're going to be out here, several stories high. I think we've got a lot of armour, especially the interesting orange range ones, which are multiple armour items in one set, and figures as well, and they're really nice, those. Now the armour ranges at Matchbox are special because, of course, they all have these dioramas, and I wish somebody would just take that on board in the future, apart from just Revell pumping these out from the old moulds. It'd be nice if somebody came up with the idea of creating some new dioramas for armour kits at small scale, you know. Anyway, stay tuned, it's coming up very soon. In the meantime, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you found it interesting. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope to see you in the very near future. In the meantime, stay well, stay safe, and until I see you again, thanks very much. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now.